Hello everyone, we are talking enterprise, innovation and entrepreneurship here today with a focus on Netflix. Now my students and we're looking at Unit 1 Exploring Business in the BTEC RQF specification level 3, and we're looking at our third assignment in that, the last few criteria in that unit specification. But if you're studying enterprise, innovation, entrepreneurship, or how businesses have grown or how they've dealt with the global pandemic, then this will be useful for you as well. So our focus in this video here for you is how successful have Netflix been from using enterprise and innovation. Well, let's take a look, shall we? So what have been their main successes using innovation and enterprise? We're going to have a look at some financial figures, subscriber figures, and as a little kind of note on those, these are all referenced in a document that is in the description in this video, so you can have a look at that. If you want to contest any of these, by all means, but I've tried to kind of pull together a variety of these when it comes to looking at how successful Netflix have been. So let's get flying into it, shall we? Netflix then are now over 200 million subscribers. 200 million people pay a monthly fee to watch Netflix, if you can kind of get your head around that amazing figure there. And we've got a fourth quarter revenue, the last 3 months of 2020, over $6.5 billion. Okay? $6.5 billion in 3 months in terms of revenue. Oh my word. Have a look around, see if you can find any profit or loss figures on that, and that will be able to help you analyze if that's actually a worthy figure or a successful figure or not. That'd be interesting to look at. We've also got 8.5 million new subscribers added in the last quarter of 2020. Obviously, winter has kicked in during that time and more lockdowns kicked in, especially in the UK when it comes to the global pandemic, which again increased subscriber numbers. And 9 of the 10 most popular original streaming shows in 2020, 90% of them were on Netflix. Okay, try and get your head around that. 9 out of 10 of the most popular streaming shows on Netflix. That means they are doing something right. And they've also got the numbers of subscribers to help that actually happen. And the top 3 shows there, number 1, Money Heist Season 4, they're taking the top spot with number of subscribers. Tiger King, I don't know anybody who didn't watch Tiger King. Back at the start in March, April of 2020, and Queen's Gambit again coming in at the end of the year there, being the third most popular and streamed show on Netflix. 3 very different shows to show the diversity that Netflix have got, and we'll talk about that a bit more later as well. So how has innovation and enterprise given Netflix a competitive advantage? And we're going to look at Disney Plus quite a bit in the next couple of slides. We'll also have a look at Amazon Prime Video, although those numbers are quite tricky to find sometimes. You have to really dig deep with your research because a lot of the Amazon figures are combined with Amazon in terms of grocery and shopping. So we'll do our best to kind of use those, and I've done my best to research those to have a look here for you. In America, you might have things like Hulu, who would be a major competitor, but in the UK and a lot of parts of the world, Disney Plus and Amazon Prime Video are 2 of the main competitors to Netflix. So let's have a look then, shall we? Now, Disney Plus grew. They started in late 2019, so I've used that figure as a zero starting point there, and 73 million plus subscribers due to Disney's massive back catalogue and their acquisition of other brands like Fox, allowing them to have shows such as The Simpsons, which has been a massive draw to Disney Plus. And in terms of revenue there, obviously Prime Video, we're looking at Amazon as a whole, so it's really kind of tricky to kind of get a fair comparison there. But you know, looking at Disney Plus versus Netflix, obviously Netflix are the forerunners there, while Disney Plus still tries to get people to subscribe to it. And the subscriber growth has been massive for Netflix as an existing company, not brand new like Disney Plus were, but as an existing company to get those 36 million people over the course of a year, aided massively by the global pandemic, but also by other factors which we'll have a look at during the course of this video here. And again, the Prime Video, it's a tricky one to find because that also includes people signing up for Amazon Prime for the shopping services as well. So how else could you measure the success of a business? And this is where you could go and have a look at, like we said, profit figures. You could have a look at share prices. You could have a look at number of employees. You could have a look at market share. So there's a few things that you could go and research yourself to really solidify any argument you've got about who is the most successful streaming company online. What have they done different? Okay, and how have they developed their products and services and improved them over the years to become what they are now, where over 200 million people pay a monthly fee? Let's have a look. Well, in 1993, let's take it way back here, DVD rental. Do you remember DVDs? Okay, that's awkward if you don't. But DVDs were, you used to be able to only get them if you were going to rent them, you'd have to go to a store, physically go to a store to do it. So Netflix offering this via post, making it convenient, started to do away with businesses like Blockbuster who weren't able to keep up with people wanting that convenience. And then 2007, if you can remember what mobile phones were in 2007, if you remember what streaming, using the internet was like in 2007, they were the first ones to offer online streaming. Okay, so really quick to get to the market there, and they saw the potential of where the internet was going and how we were going to use it in the next decade. 2013 started to put their own original content on, make their own shows for it rather than relying on things created by studios. And then 4K streaming, so people who are really into their technology and their televisions and want to show off the best quality they can possibly get were able to do that streaming through Netflix. A massive selling point there for the high-end market, for people who really wanted to use that. And original content has been a massive draw. 2013 is when they started, and now the idea of an original Netflix show, original Netflix movie is very, very common. So, you know, some of the things like the TV shows, like your Stranger Things, your Breaking Bad, your Narcos, absolutely massive draws for them. And original movies with big stars like The Irishman and Bird Box and Da 5 Bloods. You know, some of the last one there recently been nominated for Golden Globes. So these are massive in terms of bringing people in, because the only place you can see them is Netflix. All right, and when people start talking about it, you've got to watch this, and that's where you go to watch it. We've also got fan favourites as well. So as well as the original things, you've also got the only place that you can go and watch them streaming without having to pay an additional fee. Movies like The Martian, new blockbusters. You've also got classics like your Karate Kid, classic TV shows, Star Trek, The Office, and Friends. I mean, Friends, they paid $100 million just to stream it for 1 year in 2019. $100 million for a year. But it was obviously worth it, because have a look at their revenues now and their subscriber numbers. So bringing in the old fan favourites has also been a way that they've done that there. High quality streaming is another major factor now. A lot of people, obviously with a global pandemic has helped this, but people are setting up home cinema systems. TVs are cheaper and bigger than they've ever been. Sound systems the same. So if you want the best, if you want Dolby Atmos in your room and want planes flying all around you and explosions going off, or if you want Dolby Vision and you want the best quality you can see, then you're going to go with Netflix, because that's where you can get this, and a lot of the new content is produced in these for these people who want the best quality. And algorithms, Netflix know what you're doing, okay? They watch everything you do. You signed up to that in the terms and conditions. If you didn't read them, it's your fault. They are watching everything you do, every button you press, every search you make. And they're looking at what you watched before the show. How long did you watch it for? Well, then what did you watch afterwards? Which button did you click on? Did you like it? Did you not? How are you watching it? When are you watching it? And there's lots more they do. And they do regular surveys every year. One of the articles I read was that they do 300,000, they get 300,000 people, and they use them as their test base for different algorithms every year to see what is going on. But they've also got AI to be able to do that as well. And that way they're able to tailor their content for you, because everybody's Netflix screen looks different when you load it up to everybody else. So the algorithms are really used carefully as well. And they are a truly global organization, okay? You can... as well as just, you know, me being in the UK, I can watch shows from all around the world. I can turn subtitles on or off, or I can have it dubbed over in English if I wanted to. But, you know, they do original shows for different markets around the world. Here's just a selection of 4. There's loads more than these that are going on here. You know, we can see Japan, France, Spain, Mexico represented here, but there's a lot more than this. But by doing that, you're getting customers all around the world interested in your product. product and showing a devotion and a dedication to local markets or national markets that are different than what we might presume. So Netflix have done an amazing job here, really, to be able to do that, but it hasn't come cheap. Okay, it has not come cheap. So we've got, how much have they spent? Well, we've got in 2019, $17.3 billion, and that's estimated to rise 10% in 2021 over the course of those couple of years there. So we've got massive amount of spending there. Okay, we saw revenue earlier was $6.6 billion. Well, how does that work out then if they're spending $17 billion on content? That's something you are going to have to go and research and think, well, those figures don't add up. Are this company making a loss? How else are they making money? So you've got to be able to have a look a bit deeper than just what I'm telling you here today. All right. So Netflix has been massively successful. They've spent a lot of money to be able to do it. Look at this. Disney spent $1 billion on original content for Disney Plus. Okay, because they've got such a massive back catalogue that they can use to sell their product to start with, and that will grow, no doubt, in the next few years. But look at Netflix's figure; whew, that's a lot bigger, huh? So hopefully then this video has helped you kind of get an idea of how successful Netflix have been from using enterprise and innovation. As we said, if you're going to use the information from this in any work you do, then you have to look at the document which is in the description in this video, and that will give you a load of links there for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned a lot from it. I certainly did research in this, and please feel free to say hi on any of the social media channels. Here they are. Yeah. Say hi, follow, like, share, do all those things that people do. And I look forward to seeing you here again on the Pardo's Business YouTube channel. There we go. Netflix, enterprise, innovation. Thanks for watching.